Conference will now be recorded.
Start. Let's recap yesterday's session. If you see here, we started creating the agents. Then we considered the scenario 1 where all the math work done by the model, that was the scenario 1. Then we have done the scenario 2 where all the math work done by the tools. In this case, model decides which tools. Then scenario 3. What is the scenario 3? The scenario 2 is tell about ChennaRRRS. Something like this is the prompt. If this is the prompt, do you think that a model can provide? Because model is nothing but the trained data. Model can provide the answer for it? May not be. Then if I go and search in the internet, I have the data. If I go and search in the internet, we have the data. Let's say go to the google.com, ChennaReddyTraining. If I type it, we have the data. So that means I need to get the data, I need to query the internet data and show. For that, we can use Tavily. We can use Tavily API. So that means scenario 3 is custom web search tool, which is nothing but for that we are using Tavily API. What is the custom web search or what is the Tavily API? This is the API specifically designed for AI agents purpose, which can search the data over the internet and retrieve the information dynamically. For that, we created a Tavily API key and put in the environment variable. Then we started writing the code. Then if you observe the step number 3 and step number 2, that means C. If you observe the scenario 2 and scenario 3, where we have written the tools. Okay, so we have written the tools, then put the tools in the list, then map them, then call the model with the tools. Call the models with the tools. Like that we have the steps, right? Call the models with the tools. Like that we have the steps. So if you see what are the steps, import the libraries, write the tools, put the tools in the list, then map them, then call the API, bind the tools with the models, After that, you can invoke the model with the tools. Then model will tell what tools are suitable for the current requirement. Then we are trying to iterate with the loop with all the tools and execute the tools and put the tool results in the tool message. That means we are doing lots of manual work in case of scenario 3 and scenario 4. In case of scenario 3 and scenario 4, we have done lots of manual work. We can automate that. How do we automate it? These are all the work and there is a lots of manual work. We can automate it. How do we automate it? By using agent creation or create agent. What create agent will do? Create agent automatically manages complete reasoning, tool calling, tool execution, observation, final result loop. Like that it perform all the activities. That means this loop manual code is not required if you go with the create agent. With that, we have seen this example also, right? So if you see the code, this is the example. Okay, so here we done the import, then Tavily import, write the tools. One tool is to add the 2 numbers, 3 numbers, then division, then followed by web search, then register the tools, map the tools, then bind the tools with the model client. Okay, then we created a create agent. Create agent will take what? Model. That means create agent will take some parameters. What are all the parameters? Model, tools, system prompt. System prompt, I am saying you are an expert in doing the math and web search. Now, if you see this create agent, how it is working? It is starting and going to the model, identify the model, execute the models, then coming to the end. If no models, coming to the end. So that means that manual logic is not there. It is done by automatically. Now, finally, we are trying to invoke this. Finally, we try to invoke the model or invoke the agent. Okay, invoke the agent with this prompt. So if you see the prompt, sum 12, 11, 12, 33, sorry, sum 11, 22, 33, divide by 5, then tell about ChennaRRRS in 2 bullets. This is the message, user message. Then when you execute it, this is what the response you are getting. And yesterday, you remember, if you see this, yesterday, let me run this, let me run all these ones. Okay, let me run all these ones. I'm just deleting the one, whatever not required. Perfect. Okay, so yesterday when we ran, you remember we were getting a division also called, right? We were getting a division also called. So that means some extra calls are there. Okay, so I'm just changing the prompt. You can see here right now, if you see here, we have, what are the tools we have? We have a add tool, division tool, like that. Let me change this to multiply. Then multiply by 5. I just changed it and ran this. When I change this and ran this, yeah, now you can see this one. Now, what are the tools available? Okay, tools available are nothing but add one, which is adding 2 numbers. Okay, which is adding 2 numbers. Then add 2, which is adding 3 numbers. Then RRRS dev, which will perform the division and the web search. These are what we have. But what is my requirement? Sum these 3 numbers and multiply. Multiply is not there. Then who will do multiply? Model will do. So therefore, it is covering both combinations. It is covering both combinations. Okay, so that's why. So yesterday what happened? Some assumption was there and it is giving the division. So that means the model was not able to identify perfectly. Model is not able to decide perfectly. Why? Because we did not give proper naming convention. We did not write the tools with the proper descriptions like that. That's why whenever you write the tools, it is important to tell to the model that what that tool will do clearly. What that tool will do clearly. For that, we have some best practices. We will see that best practices today. For that, we have some best practices. We will see that best practices today. Okay. Next, next come back here. So we just invoked it, and this is the results. Now it's time to understand these messages. Okay, agent dot invoke with this message. When I invoke it, this is the response. This is the response messages, right? Now let's understand the response messages one by one. Let's understand the response messages one by one. It is very important to understand these response messages so that we get the full control. So that we'll get the full control. So the first one is what? Human message. That means whatever we send. The first one is what? Human message means whatever we send. Second one. So we send this, right? Please try to understand this. We send this information. Now we send this information to what? Model. Let's say this is the model. Now model understand the prompt and decide what tools are there. So that's why those tool information, it will pass back to us. Those tool information, it will pass back to us. That's why if you go on to see this, you should have the tool information. Yes, you can see tool calls. There is a addition call. There is a query call. Two calls are there. There is addition call, tool call. So that means even though we have so many tools, the model is able to decide which tools are required, when to call based on the prompt. Based on the prompt. So therefore, now model is suggesting these two. Model is suggesting these two. Okay, fine. Now this add is executed. That is the results of this. So add is executed. That results kept in this tool message. Next, search is executed. That results kept in this tool message. Okay, that's why if you go on to see also, you can see clearly the first tool message contains addition. The second tool message contains web search. Okay, so once you have all this information, then a request will go to the model again with a consolidated information. What is the meaning of consolidated information? We'll understand that. With the consolidated information. Okay, fine. It will go to the model consolidated information. Now, model decides if the task is completed, anything else is pending. So if you see the prompt is what? Sum three numbers, multiply. Multiply is pending. So therefore, is there any tool for multiply? No. Then model will do the multiply. Okay, model will do the multiply. If tools are there, then tools. If tools are not there, then model will do multiply. Once model is doing the multiply, anything else is pending? Nothing. Then it is going to return the results in this AI message. That's why in the AI message, we have a complete results. Okay, that's why in the AI message, we have complete results. Now, if you want to print this AI results, you can print this one by one. RRRS, these are all messages. Okay, last one you want to print. So you need to index starts with 0. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. 4 dot what it is having content. So you can also print the content which will give like this. Now if you want to print in a formatted way, pass to the printf. Now you can see pass to the printf. Now you can see it is done. So this is a sum done. After that multiplication is done. This is the results. Then there is a web search that is giving about ChennaRRRS training, which is getting from the internet and displaying in the bulleted format, because in the prompt we said we need in the bulleted format like this. Now, if you want to see what this second tool message contains, you can use 4, or this is the last one, right? Last one we can also access with a -1. Both are same. Now I want to see what is there in the third one. You can see that is a web search. Like this, you should be clear what is the AI message, what is the human message, what is the tool message. That's it. Okay, so that is what it is mentioned here. And that is what shown in the flow diagram also. You can take the flow diagram and let's see the flow diagram one more time, because in the yesterday's session, model was not identifying properly the tools. That's why it is important to define the tools with the proper names, proper descriptions, and so on. That best practices. Now today it is able to identify correctly. That's why you can see the generated flowchart is also correct. Now this is the code we have written. Now model. Okay, so model, it is having messages, all those things. Then invoke. Then it will come to the API. Now it will come to the models. Now model decides there is a add function, there is a search function. Those got executed. Okay, so these are the tools, right? Whenever tool got executed, then that information kept in the tool messages. Now all the tool messages ready. Once all the tool messages ready, there is a request. Okay, tool executions. These are the tool executions. So both tools are executed. You can see search tool and add tool. Search tool, and add tool. Once that is done, then tool message is ready. Once the tool message is ready, again a request will go to the models. Again a request will go to the models. Now model will check is there anything is pending? Yes, multiply is pending. For multiply there is no tool. That's why done by model. Now final response got generated. That response is coming back and kept in the AI message 2. From that you take it and display the results. From that you take it and display the results. So this is what the flow. Yesterday in the last few minutes, the flow was a little bit different because instead of multiplication, it is calling the division function. Why it is calling the division function? I already explained, right? Model, whenever you write the tools, it's important for you to specify what tools will do exactly. We need to follow the best practices. Otherwise, model can misguide us. Model can misguide us. That's why we see different different results yesterday. Anyway, now come back here. Now let's go to this. Let's understand fully what exactly happening. Okay, this is the okay. Now let's come back here. So when I execute this, these are the messages, right? When I execute this, these are the messages. When I execute this, these are the messages. Now let's understand what exactly these are all. Otherwise, I will take this. This almost same, right? Yeah. Okay. So as I told, please understand this well. As I told, this is what we have. And the first one is human message. Second one is the response, which has a call list. Then tools are executed. Then final response. Now, if you see, the question is, what is going to the model? What is coming back from the model? What is going to the model? What is coming back from the model? If you want to understand clearly, you can see this is a nice one. Okay, can you please see this one? First, what is happening? We created this prompt, right? This prompt is nothing but human message. That prompt is nothing but, so this is a human message. Let me do one thing. I'll just do like this. Okay, that prompt is nothing but the human message. Okay, so therefore, all your prompt and available tools. See what is going to the model. All your prompt available tools are going to the model. That is a step number 1. Please try to understand. So when you click on the execute, what is happening? I'm explaining. First, all your prompt information, all available tools information went to the model. Now model will do the reasoning. That means it will identify for this prompt, what tools are required. Okay, what tools are not required. Let me decide it. Let me suggest it. Like that it will do. So therefore, now model is deciding, reasoning. Okay, there should be a add, there should be a search. It is deciding there should be a add, there should be a search. I'm showing the complete internal flow, how it is doing. I'm repeating one more time. So when I click on execute, this is the results we got it. When I click on execute, this is the results we got it. Now I'm explaining what is going to the model, what is coming back from the model. Okay, first, this is what it is going. Okay, so that means what? All your prompt tool information going to the model. Now model is deciding, model is reasoning for this particular prompt, what tools are required, what is not required. Like that it is deciding and putting in the tool calls. Putting in the tool calls. Putting in the tool calls and returning. And returning. putting in the tool calls and returning. That is what this one. Putting in tool calls and returning. That is the one which we got it. So that's why this one, the second message, AI message is having the tool list. Okay, you can see it is having the tool list. Okay, you can see it is having the tool calls and the tool name, all those things it is having. That's it. Once that is done, now it's time to execute the tools. Okay, so therefore the first one is add. Now you can see add method got executed. Add method got executed and that results stored in the tool message. That results stored in the tool message. Okay, add method got executed. That results stored in the tool message. So this is the second one, right? That's why message of 2, 0, 1, 2. Once that is done, there is a web search also. That also got executed. There is a web search that also got executed that kept in the next tool message. Next tool message. That's it. Now, are we having any tools? No tools. If no tools, then I told there is a request to the, so you can see, then there is a request. You can see there is a API request. So there is a request 1, there is a request 2. There is a second call. Now call is going to the model. Call is going to the model with what information? Call is going to the model with what information? That is what we need to understand now. Okay. So now you can see with what information? With a prompt, tools, tool results, like a addition, that web search, all those things. Then all these things will go to the model. So that means whatever available till that time will go to the model. What is available till that time? You can see this prompt is available. This tool message is available. Tool message which contains results of sum. Tool message which contains results of web search. All these things are given to the model again. All these things are given to the model again. Now, based on this, now model will do, is there anything pending? Yes, multiplication is pending. Okay, is there anything pending? Multiplication is pending. Now, is there any tool for it? No. That's why it will do the multiplication. Then summarize everything. It will do the multiplication, summarize everything. It will do the multiplication and summarize everything. So you can see this is kind of a summarizing. Okay, so this is kind of a summarizing. Once summarize all these things, that kept in the next message. That kept in the next message. That is nothing. That is what it is returned. That's the again AI message because it is returned because that is a AI message. Like this, the complete flow is available. So in the second request, in the first request, what is going? User prompt, tool calls. In the second request, what it is going? User prompt, all the tool call results, everything will go. Whatever done till that moment, all the information again passed to the model. Now model will do the reasoning on that. Model will do the massaging on that. Then put the summarization, do the summarization, finally return the results back to the finally results are kept in the AI messages. Using that AI message, we can display whatever we want. That's what you can see in the last message. This is how it is going. This is how it is executing. This is how it is going. This is how it is executing. This execution is very important to understand. This execution is very important to understand. That's what it is explained here. So in a simple word, if you consider this scenario, how many LLM calls are there? 2 LLMs. In the first call, what information is going? User prompt tool. In the second prompt, what is in the first request, what is going? Prompt and tools. In the second request, what is going? Prompt. Okay. Tool execution results, everything is going. And then there is a one Tavily search API, this one also. Then tools also got executed. What tools executed, that also you can see. And so on, so on, so. That's it. Now you can see here, please. Okay, now you can see here. I'm just running one more time. Okay, so can you see the notes, please? This is the notes created. So notes, proper prompt message is important. If there is no proper prompt message, then we may see different rules or different results applied. Okay, so that's why yesterday, in the yesterday session, like this 7 messages got generated. Today it is generating 5 messages, which is correct. But yesterday it is generating 7 messages, and yesterday it is suggesting RRRS div also. RRRS div is not required for the current prompt, right? Why div is required for the current prompt? Multiplication is required. So that's why it is very important. It is very important to give the proper prompt message so that it will have the proper tools called. So in the today's scenario, it is giving 5 messages, which is correct. Multiplication done by the model. But yesterday, instead of multiplication, it is suggesting the division like this, like this. Okay. Now sometimes 5 messages, sometimes 7 messages. Like yesterday, 7 messages because it identified instead of multiplication, it identified as division, and division tool we have. That's why there was one more call. Division tool we have, that's why there was one more call. Now today it's identifying correctly. That's why model may not 100% guarantee if we are not giving proper input. That's why prompting engineering is important. So you can see in the IT, there are prompting engineering jobs. There are prompting engineering jobs. Those also important. So that means how exactly you can tell to the AI system so that it will act. It will act correctly. If you don't give proper prompting, then it will give something. That is what exactly. So therefore, prompting engineering is important. You need to give proper prompting. You need to give proper tool names, everything, and so on. That's it. Okay, so this is what we have done. And let's say if 5 messages, how the execution flow. Yesterday 7 messages, how the execution flow. You can see the comparisons here. You can see the comparisons here. Can you please pay attention? Can you please pay attention? So today we are getting 5 messages, right? Today we are getting the 5 messages, which is good, and multiplication done by the model. And multiplication done by the model. Now let's see. Multiplication done by the model. Now let's see. I'm just taking everything into the paint. We discussed this, but covering one more time by comparing what is happening with the 7 messages yesterday and today. Today is 5 messages, means model is doing the multiplication. Yesterday 7 messages. Instead of multiplication, it was suggesting the division. All right, let's look at this one. This is what there in the notes also. So today's situation, 5 steps, right? 5 executions. Here. This, what is the meaning? Just now I explained, right? So first, okay, agent send a request. Okay, what is that? Agent.invoke. With what information? By passing the user message. Okay, then what is happening? LLM model receive the request. Model receive the request with what information? With the tool information. Tool information and this user prompt. with a user prompt. Now, now this is a model, right? Model do the reasoning. It's a brain. It will do the reasoning. For this user message, for this prompt, what are all the tools needed? Okay, what are all the tools needed and when to execute them? Like that, it will give all the tools. Okay, now tool 1 got executed, that kept in the tool message. Tool 2 got executed, that kept in the tool message. Tool 1 got executed, kept in this. Tool 2 got executed, kept in this. Now, are we having any more tools? No. If no, then a request will go to the model again. Second call. So now what is sent to the model? Your question, your tool results, your question, your prompt, your tool results, all these are passed to the model now. Now again model start reasoning. Again model start reasoning. For this prompt, any work is pending. Addition is done, search is done, but multiplication is pending. Are there any tools? No tools. So therefore, if no tools, it know how to do multiplication. It is doing the multiplication and finally create the summarization of all those results. Summarization of all those results and kept in the message 4, which is a AI message, this one. Now from that message 4, we are reading and displaying. From that message 4, we are reading and displaying. This is the complete flow of it. This is the complete flow of it. Today's session is highlight. You need to understand these internals. Then you can write bigger program easily, debug easily. If you don't know what is available in that messages list, how those are created, tomorrow if when you do the complex application, when you build a complex AI, if something is not working, then debugging is very difficult. That's why these basic core concepts are highlight and you need to remember as is. That's it. Now, in the yesterday's, 7 messages came, right? That means it was identifying, instead of multiplication, it was identifying div. For that also you can see the flow. For that also you can see the flow. First one is what? Yes, invoke method is done. Okay, agent create agent dot invoke, create agent dot invoke. Okay, then it is invoked with what information? Prompt information and tools information. Now that is the first request. That is the first request to model. So therefore model receives, okay, what are the tools available and what is the prompt. Now it will start reasoning. It will start analyzing, reasoning, analyzing, deciding, all those things. Okay, we need to add 2 numbers. And it was identifying as multiply. Yesterday, instead of reading, okay, it was identifying as division, right? So therefore, it is identifying the tools and it is also identifying, what is that? Search. So those are all kept in the AI message and returned to us. Those are all kept in the AI message and all the tools kept in the AI message and returned to us. Okay, fine. Now in the step 3, all those tools got executed. No LLM, because LLM already told the tools. First tool is what? Addition, kept in the messages. Next tool is what? Search, kept in the messages. Like this, all the tools got executed. Then again sending a request to the model. Now no tools. No tools means sending the request to the model. Second request. This time, what we are sending? We are sending user message. That means prompt. Then what are all tools executed? That tools information results. That tools information results we are passing to the model. Now model is again started analyzing. Model is started analyzing. Is there any work pending? Yes. What is pending? Multiply. Okay, multiply. Now, is the multiply function tool is there? Not there. But somehow it was identifying wrong tool. You can see. Somehow it is identifying the wrong tool, which is the division. Which is a division. Why it is identifying the wrong tool? Because we did not properly name, we did not properly provide a description, we did not properly prompted. These are all the learnings. Don't think that we did the mistake. Because of that only, we are trying to understand, yes, it is important to give the prompting, proper prompting. Yes, it is important to give the proper tool names. Yes, it is important to give the proper tool description. Those are all the learnings because of this miscalculation, mis-evaluation, misanalyzing. Okay, so somehow it is identifying a RRRS div as multiplication. So it is saying that, hey, you need one more tool, call it. Okay, then again message back to us. Okay, so that AI message is having a tool information, which is the RRRS div, and the RRRS div got executed. Second cycle, next cycle. Now, are we having any more tools? No tools. If no tools, then then we will call the model again. Third request is going. When we call the model again, that is nothing but third request. What information will go? User question, that means user prompt. Then addition tool got executed, that information. Then search got executed, that information. Division got executed, that information. All this information will pass to the model. Now model is again thinking, reasoning, analyzing, and see is there anything is pending. Nothing is pending. Now it summarizes. It summarizes and kept the results in the message 6. Next message. Okay, kept the results in the next message. That is nothing but AI message because it's a AI. That is nothing but the AI message. From that AI message, we take the results and display. From that AI message, we take the results and display. That's it, that's it, that's it. So this is what exactly happening internally. So therefore the conclusion what you need to remember is, in the first model request, in the first model request, what is passed? Okay, prompt information, then tools information. In the second model request, what is passed? Prompt information and tools got already executed, right? So let's say addition tool information, then that is already executed. Then web search tool got already executed, that information. All these things are passed. Now model will do the reasoning. It will find out anything is pending. Yes, multiplication is pending. Shall I do it or is there any tool? If tool, again suggest the tool. If no tool, then do by itself. And put all the results, summarize the results, and put in AI message. That AI message results we are taking, that AI message results we are taking and displaying whatever we want. Displaying whatever we want. That's it, that's it, that's it. That's about the complete flow. All right. That's about the complete flow. That's it. Now the question is, just now we have seen, yes, model is not able to identify proper tools. Model is not able to do something, or there was some kind of disturbances and all. That is because of no proper prompting, no proper tools defined. Yes, tools defined, but no proper names, no proper descriptions like that. If there is no proper name, proper description, proper things, then there is a possibility that you may get misguided results. Misguided results. That's why it is very important to follow the best practices whenever you are creating the tools. It is very important to follow the guidelines whenever you are creating the prompt. That's why in the software also we have a separate prompt engineers. They are the expert, clearly tell how AI model should respond to us. Okay. Now let's come back here. So what are the different best practices we need to follow while creating the tool? So what is the tool? It's a function exposed to the LLM. It's a function, we write it and inform the LLM. And it should have proper name, description, input, output. This is minimum. Minimum. So tool should have proper name. So right now I said add one, add two. We can give anything, but there can be misguided. There is a possibility of misguiding that we already see in the proof. Okay, so therefore name, then these are the inputs and this is the output, name, inputs, outputs and description. Description, line number 14. These are very important. Okay, so these are very important for what? To select the right tool, to execute the safely, predict the correct outputs, to get the proper outputs, and so on. All right. Now let's come back here and you can see the best practices. So first one is clarity. So don't, if you see here, define, let's say we are writing a function, define RRRS weather. This is a bad way of writing. What is a good way of writing? Define get weather. That is a good way of writing. So that means the tool name should be proper. Get weather is there. What is RRRS weather? Or get RRRS or get custom RRRS weather. That is possible. Like that, give the proper tool name. So that is better for decisions. So that means LLM can decide properly. Increasing probability. Decision probability will increase. Positive decision probability will increase. Okay, next name function. We just given add one, add two, right? Those are the bad practices. You need to clearly write get current weather. Okay, add two numbers. Like that, you need to clearly write. Then description. Description. So that should be very proper. Use this tool to fetch the real-time weather. Do not use historical data. Like that, you can provide whatever you want, but that should have a clear description. Okay, next. Input. Input you need to tell clearly. Is this a integer? Is this a string? Like that. Proper input. And also, don't say A. Okay, A integer, B integer. Instead of that, we are adding two numbers, right? Number one integer, number two integer. This is more meaningful, right? This is more meaningful. So therefore, give proper input names, which will help for the pedantic JSON outputs also. Then formatted output. So you can specify what kind of output we want it. We can specify what kind of output we want it. So let's say you are saying return A plus B. So return, it's too hot. That is not correct. That is a bad one, right? Let's say you are trying to return the temperature. If you are trying to return the temperature, return too hot. It's a bad way. Then what you can do? Instead of that, you can say that return temperature and condition. Like that. Proper return. Next, error handling. Return results is wrong. Instead of that, you can say response.setter code not equal to 100, 200, then return it. Like that, do the error handling for the return. So that means here we are trying to return, right? Don't just return. Do a error handling mechanism. Okay. So next, so there is a idempotency. What does it mean? If user is integer, input is integer, but you are expecting double. Okay, input is integer, but you are expecting double. That is doable, but a bad practice. So same input. Let's say you are inputting integer, expect the integer as output. If you are inputting string, expect string as output. That is the best practice. Like this, you need to follow the best practices. So that's why whenever you attend the interview also, right, people may ask the question, hey, okay, how do you correct the accuracy, or how do you improve the accuracy of the model reasoning? How do you improve the accuracy of the model reasoning? For that, you can say that, yeah, we will follow the best practices. One is prompting best practices, another one is tooling best practices, like that. What are the tools best practices? These are the tool best practices. What are the prompting best practices? There are so many prompting best practices which we can study later, or you can also Google it. No problem. Okay, that's about this one. Next, best practices applied. These are the best practices you need to apply. Keep tool focused. Okay, what are the best practices you need to apply? Keep tool focused. Okay, don't mix the tool with many things. Let's say I am writing something like this. Okay, let's say add two numbers. Add two numbers is a tool. Then I am trying to add two numbers. Let's say a plus b equal to something. And let's say I am also writing some multiplication, a into b. We are mixing. This is not the best practice. So tool should be focused. Tool should be focused and have a single, simple, well-defined task. It should not be so much of clumsy. These are all very important here to make your AI working smoothly. Okay, tool should be focused. It is a simple and well-defined task. Simple and or single well-defined task. Okay, that's it. Next, one more thing is that we might be writing so many tools, right? Let's say there are some tools, functions related to weather. There are some tools, functions related to search. There are some tools, functions related to banking transaction. Then please prefix with the group related functions under one prefix. All search related, you can do like this. All bank related, you can do like this. Like group related tools under one common prefix. That's it. Now give the always return types. Okay, meaningful context, token optimization efficiency, tool returns only necessary information. So let's say I want to return sum, right? Okay, I want to return sum. You can say sum equal to like this. Don't say that this sum returns uh, sum of two numbers. Two numbers is calculated. Like this, don't write too much of text. Don't write too much of text. Too much of text is nothing but increasing the tokens. Increasing the tokens is nothing but increasing the cost. Increasing the tokens is nothing but increasing the cost. That's why, okay, so less tokens, that is also important. Okay, less tokens, that is also important. That's what it is mentioned here. So optimize token efficiency. Okay, write clear, precise description. Next, so if there is any input, validate it. If there is any output, yes, validate it. Okay. Next, tool is called, right? So what happens if there is a timeout? So that's why implement tool timeouts so that there is no hanging of the system. Tools are nothing but functions, right? What happens if the function tool is taking long time? So you need to set the timeouts so that application will not hang. Okay. Then overlapping. Avoid overlapping. What is the meaning of overlapping? You can see there is a get weather. Okay, fetch weather. Okay, weather now. Don't use this kind of names. It's overlapping. Now model can confuse. Instead of get weather, it may search. It may suggest search weather. So overlapping names, avoid it. If you give like this, model may confuse and suggest something, or model can misguide us. That's what we already seen. Okay. Next, too many tools. When we have too many tools, don't overload like this, and don't overload also. LLM get confused. Keep minimum tools, and so on, so on, so. That's about the best practices here. So therefore, please remember from yesterday's session and today's session, model will not guarantee 100% accuracy. It is our responsibility to make model to give accuracy for us. For that, you need to give the proper prompting, proper tools. Okay, then you need to follow the proper best practices for prompting, proper best practices for the tool definitions, all those things. And if anyone asks the question, what are the best practices you need to follow, or how to improve the model accuracy efficiency, these are the some of the options you can explain. These are the some of the options you can explain. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. All right. So the next one is, okay. So next one is we are using Tably, right? Tably client. So if you go to this client, it is also having some methods. Okay. It is also having some methods, out of the box methods. Now the next question is how to use out of the box or predefined tools. Okay, in the scenario 4, in the scenario 2, let's do this way. In the scenario 2, okay, then in the scenario 3, then in the scenario 4, we wrote custom tools. We wrote it, custom tools. Now, we are using the libraries, right? Library also can provide the tools. How to use out of the box tools, predefined tools. So therefore, our next question is how to use out of the box tools or predefined tools. Okay, so predefined tools. This is what our next question. How to use custom tools or predefined tools. That's it. Now custom tools we already done, right? Let's okay, so this is what it is. Tably client. If you go to the Tably client, you can see. Okay, let me search. So you can see there is a search method already. There is a search method already. Like that, we can also use out of the box predefined methods. Okay. Now let's see the exercise for it. How to use the predefined methods. How to use the out of the box tools. How to use the out of the box functions. Okay. First, what we can do is that if I type it, it will take lots of time. Okay. I'll just copy some of the code. Okay. Yes. I'll copy till this and go here and paste it. Let's say after this, create a new one and paste it. What are we trying to do here? So I am trying to write a custom tools. First, so here also we'll do two testing. Testing scenario 1. So which is a custom tool. Then we will do again testing scenario 2, which is a out of the box tool. Let's do both. So if you see here, I just load the environment variable, start env file, then import the libraries, then create a Tably client. Okay, create a Tably client object. Then we have written the web search. Then put in the list. put the tool in the list, then you are trying to invoke. Okay, we created an agent and invoke the agent. Before that, let's print this. You can see. Okay, I'm just executing this. This is the same code as before, no difference. So imports are done. Web search, custom web search is written. Then putting the tools in the list. Then you are trying to create an agent by passing model information, tool information, and the system prompt. Okay, now I just printed this. If you print this, now you can see the flow. You can see the flow. So you can see there is a start, then it is going to the model. Model is identifying the tools. Now tools are getting executed. Once tools are executed, no action is pending, then it will stop. Okay, that's it. I will delete this, not required the diagram right now. Not required the diagram right now. Okay, then we created an agent. Once you create the agent, then invoke it. How do I invoke? By passing my message. By passing my prompt. What is the prompt? Tell about ChennaRRRS training in 3 bullets. That's the prompt. And you will get the response. Okay, and we get the response, right? Now execute it. Okay, there is only web search now. There is no math, only web search. There is no math. So therefore, your message is going, whatever we entered is going as human message. Then it is identifying the tool. The tool is nothing but this one. Okay, the tool is nothing but this one. And the tool got executed and you are getting the results. You are getting the results. Let's see one more time. Let's see one more time. All right. Now you can see this one, please. So this is the code we have written. This is the, and if I execute it, this is the output. Now let's understand this code once. Let's understand this code once. It's a custom web search. Right now, it's not out of the box one, custom web search. Okay. Now look at here, please. We have written the tool. So this is the tool. Okay. So this is the tool here. Once you write the tool, put the tool in the list. Then create a agent by passing model information, tool information, and prompt information. Then invoke the model. Okay, invoke the model by passing user prompt. So therefore, first one, whatever you entered here will go as a human message. Now this will be passed to the model. Let's say this is the model. Now what all will be passed to the model? Prompt plus tool information. Prompt and tool information is passed. Prompt and tool information is passed. Good. Then now model, that is the step number 1. Now model, do the reasoning, model, do the analysis and identify, okay, for current scenario, am I having any tool? Yes. If yes, okay, if you want, I will write. Okay, so I am putting the color, right? So step number 1 is what? Model receives prompt information and it receives prompt information and it receives the tool information. Once that is done, step number 2. Step number 2 is what? Now model do the reasoning. That means it will, for current prompt, it identify the tools and decide it, what to call or what to invoke. That information kept in days. That information kept in days. Kept in days. Okay, so that's why if you go on to see that second one, it should have the tool information. It should have the tool information, tool call. You can see tool call is nothing but RRRS web search. RRRS web search. What is the RRRS web search? You can see here we have written this is a custom tool, and that got executed. That is giving the results. That got executed. That is giving the results. That results kept in this tool message. Okay. So step number three. Step number three. This got executed. Oh, sorry. Step number three. This method got executed. Okay. This step number three method got executed, and that results kept in this tool message. That results kept in the tool message. Now, am I having any tools? No. Am I having any tools? No. So if no, then a request will go to the model again. Step number four, a request will go to the model again. This is the second request. This will contain what? Prompt. Okay. And web search results, all those things. Prompt, web search results, all those things. Okay. Now request got received. Now what this model will do? Now model do the analysis, reasoning, and see is there any work pending? No work pending. If no work pending, then it will do the summarization. So that means all the information it will summarize and create the response. That response it will keep in the AI message. That response it will keep in the AI message. That is what this AI message. So that's why that contains our final results. That's why if you go here, okay, if you go here and the last one, right? The last one is nothing but -1, right? So messages of -1 dot content. You can see we get that results. So we ask to tell about ChennaRRRS in 3 bullets. It will give the bullets also. So you can see summarization. That's the meaning of summarization. But right now you don't see that bullets. Just use print. Then you will see clear information. Okay. Then you will see clear information. Yes, you can see. Here are the 3 bullet points about ChennaReddyTraining training, and you got this information. Like this is working. And if you observe here all these things we have used a custom tool, custom web search, custom tools. You don't need to use custom tool. Tavily is already providing out of the box one. You can also use the out of the box one. You can also use the out of the box one. How? We'll see. Okay, this is how you can display. Then if you want to see tool calls, right? If you want to see tool calls, if you want to see the tool calls, that means what are all the tools it is suggesting. Obviously, tool call information is available where? Just now I shown in the notepad, right? It is available in the second message. Okay, so you can say second message is nothing but first one is index 0, second one is index 1. So messages of 1 dot tool calls, it will give the tool calls. This also we see. Okay, now execute it. Now execute it. You are getting the response. Good. This is how we are getting the response with the printf. I don't want that printf results. I want well formatted results. If well formatted results you want it, then you can use markdown. So this is a Python provided markdown. So therefore, what I am doing, I just imported that library markdown. Then whatever you want to display, that you pass it to that markdown. Now you can see the difference. See? So this is how you are getting, this is how you are getting. It's a well formatted one. Either one is fine. But a printf generally we don't use it. Instead of printf, you can go with the markdown. So this is how you are getting the response. This is how you are getting the response. And this is completely custom web search, custom tools. Custom web search, custom tools. Instead of this custom tool, we can also do out of the box provided tools. For that, what I will do is that I will just create a new cell, paste the same code. I pasted the same code. Now, instead of this out of the box custom one, I'll use the out of the box one. Instead of the custom one, I'll use the out of the box one. That's nothing but Tably search. So we need to import that also. Okay, we need to import that also. Okay, let's do a. So this is the out of the box one provided. Tably search. This is the out of the box one provided. So instead of RRRS web search, I'll use Tably search. Okay, see, I'm just changing the existing one only. Okay, I'm just changing the existing one only. Instead of this otherwise, I will just copy this and show you quickly. Same thing only, but yeah, I'll show you the difference here. Okay, now you can see here. First, we imported the libraries. Those are all good. Then, okay, those are all good. Now we can see. So earlier, what did we do? In the previous program, what did we do? We have written RRRS web search. That means custom tools. Now I don't want custom tool. I want to use out of the box tool. I want to use predefined tool. For that search purpose, Tably is providing Tably search. That is the one it is providing. It is providing. For that, you can pass a parameter how many max results you want. How many max results you want, that you can provide it. That is like a tool now. Instead of here, it is a custom one, right? That's why all the logic we are writing. 10 to line number 13. All the logic we are writing. So here you don't need to write. You just use that tool. So line number 11. Line number 11. That's it. Then initialize the model, create the agent. And one more point is that this is the tool, right? This tool you put in the list. This tool, earlier also we are putting the tool in the list. Okay, so you can do like this, or directly you can pass this. Directly you can pass this here. Both are correct. Okay, this will also work. You can run it once and see. Yes. So therefore, now you are trying to create an agent. Let's come to the out of the box one. You are trying to create an agent. For that agent, tell what the model and what the tools. This is a tool. Okay, that is the tool to use. Okay, good. Now if you go to that tool, it has lots of logic. See, you can see Tably search. Now you can see for Tably search how they given the description. These are all the description. That's why that is working correctly. This much of description they have given. But when we write our tool, we just say do a web search. That may misguide. That's why it is very important for us to define the tools with proper names, proper descriptions, proper inputs, proper outputs, proper error handling, and so on. Right? So that's why better to use out of the box one if available. This is out of the box one. You can see they defined very clearly. Okay. So tool that queries Tably search API and get the JSON results. Steps. This is the one. This is the one. Okay. Now, if you want to use this, they are telling, please see, observe here. If you want to use this, this is the one you need to install. Anyway, we installed already. This is the API key you need to install, use. And we already using, right, in the, we already using in the environment file. Like that, it is giving the instruction also. Then you can see how to import it. It is suggested. Then Tably search, you can see there are all the parameters, out of the box parameters. Max results. Default max result is only one. So that means if I go to the google.com, what is the meaning of max results? I just search it. There are so many results here. There are so many results here. How many you want from that is called max results. So out of the box is only one. But when we want to use it, we mentioned four results we want. All four results you pass to model. Model will do the reasoning. Model will do the summarization. Model will give the correct information. That's it. Okay. Now you can see this is GenAI, general purpose topic. Now you can see there are other parameters also. Include answer, include raw content, include images, include image descriptions. Like this, you can mention n number of parameters while doing the search. So right now, if I do the Google search, right? Am I getting images? Yes. Am I getting images? Yes. If you want that kind of options, include images. Right now, default is false. You can make it as true and enable it. Like that, you can specify different parameters for out-of-the-box Tally search. Okay. Then how to invoke? Then this one. Like this, you have this is the prompt. This is basically a description how that Tally search should work. This much they have given. That's why positive probability of success is more. That's why if anyone asks how model accuracy can be improved, by giving proper descriptions, proper names, proper promptings, okay, proper inputs, outputs, and you can specify all the different lists. Avoid same naming conventions like a get search, RRRS search, weather search. Like that, don't give that confusing names. And tool should have a specific task, purpose. All right, that's it. Now let's come back here. Let's come back here. That is the one. Then you can come here. You can come here. This is also correct. Okay. Then you are trying to create an agent by passing. You are trying to create an agent by passing model and tool information with a system prompt. Okay, with a system prompt, and you just display that architecture not required. Now call the agent. Invoke the agent. How do I invoke the agent? Create agent.invoke, and you tell the same prompt. Now you get the results, right? Let's see whether we are getting the results. Similar results, we should get it. Sorry, what happened? Okay, there is one more line. Okay. All right. Now execute it. We should get the similar results. Sorry. Okay, now we got the same results. So in the previous program, custom web search, custom tool. So in the current program, out of the box one, Tavli search. This is how you can use the out of the box tools, predefined tools. This is how you can use the out of the box tools and the predefined tools. That's it. Now I'll just take this code and come here and put it. So here we wrote the custom search. Okay. So here we wrote the custom search. This is a custom search I told, right? Custom search. Here we are using Tavli search out of the box one. Remaining is same. That's it. Remaining is same here. No difference. No difference. That's it. Okay. Now this is how it is executing. Then you can see whatever we give the prompt that is going as a human message. Then it is identifying the tools. Now you can see the tool name is, just observe the tool name in this case. So earlier it was showing the tool name is RRRS search, right? RRRS web search. Now let's see what the tool name it is suggesting. You can see it is suggesting Tavli search, Tavli underscore search. That's the tool name. That is what you have actually. If you go to this particular Tavily search, in the Tavily search, okay, you can see the description also, how neatly it is given. Like this, as it is having this much of information, that's why it works accurately. Okay, it works accurately. Let's search with search. There is a deep search. Like that, we have many things. Okay. Okay. Or no, yeah. So that's about this one. Tavily search. Tavily search. This is the one. And the tool name, what it is suggested is Tavily underscore search, right? Tavily underscore search. Now you can see, yeah, you can see line number 299. That is the one it is using. That is the one it is using. That is what it is written to us. Okay, this is the one, that particular search. So therefore, in the second in the response, it is suggesting the Tavily search. It is suggesting the Tavily search, right? Now Tavily search got executed. Tavily search got executed. With what? With my prompt. Okay, and it will get the results. How many results? Default is 1. Now I get 4. Okay, those kept in the tool message. That's why if you go and see the tool message, you can see there are so many in that. There are so many in that. Okay, that's it. Now these are all passed to the model. Now model will do the summarization. Model will identify is there anything is pending. Nothing is pending. If nothing is pending, it will do the summarization. If nothing is pending, it will do the summarization. See the previous discussion. If you see here, that's what we discussed, right? If nothing is pending, do the summarization. That summarization kept in this last one. And that is what we are displaying, right? That is what we can display. Create a new cell. Create a new cell and display. That's it. So there is no difference between this one and this one, you can see. Okay. And if you don't want this markdown, you can also use simply that printf. You can also use simply that printf. Let's say I'll go here, add a new cell. Then this is what I want to print, right? It's not a printf here, it's a print. Printf is C language. You can see we are getting the output. Now you can ask a question. So here it's coming like a bullets. Here it's coming like a numberings. Why? That's kind of a setting. Okay, let me run this one more time. Okay. Okay. Now that could be because of out of the box behavior. Now let's go to the Tavily search. If I go to the Tavily search, you can see somewhere else there can be somewhere else it could be mentioned. Okay, include answer, max, count, like that. There is a description here, right? Somewhere else it would be mentioned. That's why it is coming like that. That's why it is coming like this. You can see the description. Description clearly shows all those different options. That's why out of the box ones are powerful than the normal ones. Like this, we can use out of the box tools also to make job easy, to write a maintainable code or to have the maintainable code. Now let's come back to the notes and see. Let's come back to the notes and see. So the question is In the case 2, scenario 2, scenario 3, scenario 4, we have written the custom tools. We can also use the predefined tools. For example, Tavily provides a Tavily search for searching the content over the web. So that is similar to our RRRS web search. That is similar to our RRRS web search. So we need to install this here. So to make this work, we need to install this. Anyway, it's there in the notes, you need to install it. And one more thing is that, let me show you one more. Okay, let me show you one more. No, that is the next one. Yeah. So now come back to these nodes, and you can see for comparison purpose, left side I put custom web search. Right side is predefined web search, which is a Tavily search. So here we have written a function. Remaining coding is same. So here we are specifying the tools, and this one. Same output here, same output here. Like this, you can do the custom tools versus predefined tools. That's about the tool calling. That's about the creating agent. That's about all these concepts. So if you recap what all we discussed, these are all what we covered. Now we understood what is the meaning of agent, what is the meaning of tools, what is the meaning of Tavily, okay, and how to call the Tavily APIs. Next, how to create a do all math by LLM, do all math by tools. Then we see the mix also. Mix means some work done by tools, some work done by models. This also we have seen, right? This also we have seen here. If you see this example, okay, in the fourth scenario, multiplication is done by the model, right? Okay, sum done by the tools, search done by the tools, multiplication done by the models. That's what I shown you. I explain everything. So therefore, mix is also possible. Okay, then we understood the messages. What is the meaning of these messages? If you go here, these messages, this is very important to understand here. Otherwise, you cannot write the bigger applications. You should know what is going to the model, what is coming back from the model. The first request, in the second request, third request, what it will go, what it will come back. Okay, so then this is what we understood. And then all work done by this, and then custom tools, then predefined tools. Okay, custom tools, predefined tools. Then we understood in case of scenario 2, in case of scenario 3, we wrote a lot of custom logic. That means we identified the tools. We identified the tools. We executed the tools. We executed the tools. Then we put the results in tool messages. Like this, lots of coding done. Then finally, we said we can automate this by using agent creation, by using create agent. That also we practiced and so on. That's why if you see what is the agent? Agent is not just answering the question. It do more than that. It uses the tools. It call the external. Now you can see the definition. So this is what the definition, right? Agent use the tools. Which tools we understood? Agent can do the API calls. Like we have done the API call to the internet web search. Like this, it can do many activities. Now agent can do the DB activities. Agent can do so many things also. We'll practice one by one next. That's all for today. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask. Else, this is the notes you will be getting. And please start understanding. Please start understanding why we got these 5 messages, 7 messages. That is because of, that is good only because of that we understand how we should input properly, how we should create tools properly, how we should prompt properly, all those things, so that a model can improve the accuracy of response. That's all about today. We can continue tomorrow. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Else we are good for today. Thank you.